What is good, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video. It's currently 12:37 in the morning, and I just got to get this content out because I am going to be busy this weekend. But your boy Elon has set fire to Twitter, man. As you know, in the past, Elon was going back and forth trying to buy Twitter. He wasn't happy with the deal. He said there are a lot of bots on the platform, everything underneath the sun. And now he is officially acquired Twitter. Now, with him officially acquiring Twitter, Elon said he was getting rid of all the woke employees. They weren't really working. And if you look at the day-to-day of Twitter, they walking around getting cups of coffee, getting in the massage room, and like legit, they're only doing like 4 hours of work. 4 hours of work. Like, no one's really working at Twitter. The only thing they're working on is censoring people and pushing one narrative and one side. But now Elon's came through and he's bought it, and Elon says he's going to turn this company around. He's going to implement new, advertising strategies. He's going to try to figure out what's best for Twitter, everything like that. And yeah, he's just getting to it. He went ahead and bought it, and just off rip, right? Let me go ahead and start my little OBS. We got Elon here, going ahead and causing some uproar with the Twitter people, and we'll go ahead and play this video. Because Elon's really a troll, but the man's just funny, you know what I mean? So. Man bought Twitter, then walked into the Twitter headquarters. He said, entering Twitter HQ, let that sink in. Meaning like, hey, I'm here now. And you guys know what's up. You already know the Twitter employees are very upset. You already know they're not going for it. And I even saw this meme right here of the Twitter employees. And it's like, yo, that man Elon really is like Thanos. Like, he's like, yo, y'all had y'all time to take over. But now he getting it done. Them people, they're gone. They're gone. The world didn't need them anymore. You also have where as soon as Elon started working at Twitter, as soon as he, made his way in, he immediately fired CEO Parag Agrawal. So this CEO came in after Jack Dorsey. I believe that's Jack Dorsey's last name. Yeah. Came in after Jack Dorsey stepped down. After all the they all went to like trial or something. I know Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, all went to trial about, censorship and if they're actually censoring one side or another. We all know they are, but that's besides the point. He got rid of the CFO too, fired him immediately. This lady right here, Vijaya Gad, he got rid of her, and Sean Edgett. Now, just to be completely transparent, this lady right here, she is, let me go back to here, the head of legal policy, trust, and safety, who made the decision to permanently suspend Donald Trump. So as you know, for her specifically, I'll roll a clip here just to explain beforehand. You remember when Tim Poole was on Joe Rogan's podcast with Jack Dorsey and her, and he's basically saying like, yo, your terms of service, your policies, they only support one political side or one certain ideology, while the other people are punished. And she's like, no, blah, 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 blah. And,
So your platform restricts speech.
Our platform promotes speech unless people violate our rules.
And in a specific direction.
In any direction.
But I don't want to say his name. The guy who calls for death gets a suspension. The guy who insinuates death gets a permanent ban.
But Tim, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying, and I feel like you're doing it deliberately. It's not about one particular thing. It's about a pattern and practice of violating our rules.
And you have a pattern and practice of banning only one faction of people.
I don't agree with that.
Recently published an article where they looked at 22 high-profile bannings from 2015 and found 21 of them were only on one side of the cultural debate.
But I don't look at the political spectrum of people when I'm looking at their tweets.
Right, you have a bias.
I don't know who they are.
You're biased, and you're targeting specific individuals because your rules support this perspective.
No, I don't agree with that.
They get into it. They get rid of these people, man. Elon is not playing. He did say he was going to get rid of all the woke employees. He got rid of all of these people right here at the top first. Elon's not going for that. Elon's setting fire to Twitter. He getting it done. He getting it done. Which is crazy. Also, you see here, somebody said that Elon's taking Twitter off the New York Stock Exchange on Friday, taking the company private, and is going to open source the code. And none of this is trending on Twitter. And what's so funny here is I was looking at what's trending on Twitter, and I believe that Truth Social was actually trending on Twitter, but not actual Elon, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it doesn't show it right now, of course. And then look, you got the new unemployed Prague outfit for Halloween. Like, these folks going crazy with the meme. But yeah, Elon did say he was taking it private and not making it a public company, so he can really do what he wants to do because he owns it now. Like, that man got SpaceX, he got the Boring Company. I believe Elon was part of PayPal, like he sold it at one point. I think he was part of PayPal, helped found it or something. I'm not too 100% on that, but I think he did. But yeah, he said he's taking it private, and I believe that, like they said on Friday, the New York Stock Exchange will make everybody who owns Twitter, I think you will get $54.10 for every share. And then since it's private, no one else can buy any shares. So that's it. You're just going to be awarded how many ever shares you own. That's how much money you're going to get per share. And when they say he's going to open source the code, what open sourcing the code is like Twitter has algorithms where certain stuff is censored, certain stuff is pushed. And so Elon's going to open source that code so everybody can see, like, who were these codes affecting the most? Who was doing this? Who was doing that? And another thing that I also saw was Elon basically saying here to his advertisers, because like I said, now that Twitter's back open, you can expect for like Donald Trump to make a return. You can expect for probably Alex Jones to make a return if Elon does it. I know he said he was going to do it. We just got to see if he follows through. So far, he's followed through with what he said. But just to read you guys what he said here, for the advertisers, is I wanted to reach out personally to share my motivation in acquiring Twitter. There's been much speculation about why I bought Twitter, what I think about advertising. Most of it has been wrong. The reason I acquired Twitter is because it is important to the future of civilization to have a common digital town square where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. There is currently great danger that social media will splinter into far right-wing and far left-wing echo chambers that generate more hate and divide our society. I would say Twitter is far left. I would say like maybe Gab or like Parler would be far right. And you never want to be surrounded by people who all have the same opinion as you, because then it's just the echo chamber of your own ideas and beliefs, and you're kind of getting pigeonholed and polarized in one direction. Versus if you just had a social media platform. And I told my parents this, that social media platforms are supposed to be, like Elon says here, a town square where they just say, okay, imagine it like this. I'll use this analogy I told them, right? Twitter is like a parking lot. Me and everybody else on Twitter are like the cars. Twitter is supposed to just supply the parking lot for people to come and park their cars, basically their opinions, and that's it. Twitter's not supposed to say, hey, I don't like Hyundais, I don't like Toyotas, I don't like Mercedes, so if you come to the lot, we're going to boot you. And then people are like, no, you guys are only booting Hyundais, Toyotas, and Mercedes. And they're like, no, we're not. They just happen to have, bad tags, or they have a certain wheel size that's not correct, or they parked a little over the line. And it's like, no, you guys are actually censoring these types of vehicles. And that's what it is. You're censoring these types of ideologies. I hope that analogy made sense and it wasn't like too far off. But let's get back to reading. In the relentless pursuit of clicks, much of traditional media has fueled and catered to these polarized extremes as they believe this is what brings the money. But in doing so, the opportunity for that dialogue is lost. That is why I bought Twitter. I didn't do it because it would be easy. I didn't do it to make more money. I did it to try to help humanity, whom I love, and I do so with humility, recognizing that failure in pursuing this goal, despite our best effort, is a very real possibility. That said, Twitter obviously cannot become a free-for-all hellscape where anything can be said with no consequences. In addition to adhering to the laws of the land, our platform must be warm and welcoming to all, where you can choose your desired experience according to your preferences, just as you can choose, for example, to see a movie or a video game ranging from all ages to mature. Now, a lot of people have been saying, where he's saying that it cannot be a free-for-all hellscape with no consequences. He does say in addition to adhering to the laws of the land. So if people are a little weary on what he means by that, but I do think that for the most part, Twitter is going to go in a much more positive direction. Like I said, I recently just had the inkling last week to just make me a Twitter. I deleted my Twitter near the end of 2020 because I was like, it's just become a cesspool of like nonsense. And now, we got some fuel back. I hope he does bring Trump back, even if Trump don't come on Twitter anymore. And he also says, I also very much believe that advertising, when done right, can delight, entertain, and inform you. It can show you a service or product or medical treatment that you never knew existed, but it's right for you. For this to be true, it's essential to show Twitter users advertising as relevant as possible to their needs. Low relevancy ads are spam, but highly relevant ads are actual content. Fundamentally, Twitter aspires to be the most respected advertising platform in the world. I don't feel like reading the rest. So yeah, he's, getting it done. Look at him. He's having this little coffee bar, everything like that. He's doing the dang thing. The bird is free. What a good man Elon is. He's freeing the bird. You feel me? But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. Like I said, people are just, having so much fun with Elon. Because yeah, he's doing what he said he'd do. Another thing that, I think is good for Twitter, I see a lot of people like, oh, Twitter, I'm leaving, this platform's going to be trash. And it's like, where are you going to go, bro? Like, so when people are being censored and they decided I'm leaving Twitter, I'm going to Gab, Parler, and all that, it was nothing but a right-wing echo chamber because, like we've been saying, they're only censoring one ideology. Back to the parking lot, only one set of, only certain cars are being censored or being booted or, towed away from the parking lot. And those were basically like right-leaning, ideologies. So now that Elon's here, it's like, okay, we back. Like, these folks are going to be back on the platform. So there's not going to be much censoring, at least we hope. There won't be much censoring. And so those people will be able to return to Twitter and feel like their voices could be heard. Now, all the left-leaning people who say, oh, we're going to leave and go to a different platform, like, where are you guys going to go? You guys didn't have to start other social media platforms or anything like that. So, like, you're going to go to Gab and Parler now? You're going to go to all these, you're going to go to True Social? No, these left-leaning people not going to go there. They're going to stay right on Twitter and just rage all day, every day about the different rules and regulations and what they feel like and how it's not fair and blah, blah, blah. What I am happy about, though, is for real, like all jokes aside, these companies, they could really be great companies where, the people in charge are really, doing what they need to do, trying to make the bottom dollar, make the bottom line, meet requirements, just make the money for the company. But when you have employees and stuff that work for these companies, and in this case, even the higher up executives like the CEO, the CFO, that girl, I don't even really know her name, Varashu, whatever her name is, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does, but it doesn't now because she fired. When you have people all lean into one ideology and they all run the platform, it becomes a biased thing. Kind of like what Tim Poole was saying, like, everything's going to affect these policies because you're already biased in your view, and that's why the policies exist. And then the people who, enforce the policy and make sure people following it, their views already biased in the first place anyway. So when Elon says he's getting rid of them all, and I seen where he said that, he brought in his engineers to go ahead and show him the code. It's like, this man is not playing any games. He is going for it. And that's really what we need. But anyways, man, I just had to make this video because I'm like, Elon's getting to it. He's setting fire to Twitter. He bringing in sinks to the place. And he finna get Twitter where it needs to be. Now, I don't know what that entails. I don't know what type of system he's going to implement on Twitter to go ahead and change it, keep advertisers there. But it's not really many places advertisers can go either. Like, where you going to go? You going to go to Gab and Parler? You don't like that ideology. So, you see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, leave your comments down below on what you guys think. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everyone that subscribed so far. All glory to God. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.